No. Welcome back, Panther fans. I'm David Brown here with Ryan Graham,
Hey, y'all.
Tim Thurber,
Hello.
and this is State of Atlanta. Cold, delicious beer.
This is bullshit.
This
is bullshit.
The first beer of the night, guys. Right? This is the first beer of the night for everybody.
This is like my 20th beer from the Georgia State baseball game, I think.
Yeah, my
my
boss took me out for drinks tonight, so I'm actually like blitzed right now.
Well, I don't know how that makes it any different from a normal week, but we'll go ahead and say that it's your boss's fault. Yeah, Tim, were you actually drinking today during the Georgia Tech game? How late did that game go last night?
Just before 11:30, so it was basically 5.5 hours of baseball, which is probably the longest game I've ever attended. I was thinking about it,
and stayed at for the entire time, right?
Yes, I can say that the fans diminished over the course of the 5 hours, but there were a few faithful that did stay the entire length.
And you made it.
I made it. Cam
Nice.
made it.
Nice.
Yep.
You had to.
Larry and Fran made it too.
You can either tell me or not tell me. It's fine. Did Charlie Cobb make it?
Close.
Oh, he was there. He was there. He came.
He was there. Yeah, he showed up for a period of time, and then they found some seats down below, behind home plate, kind of up in the concourse area.
Wait. He found seats down. I said sleets.
It was really found seats. It was jam packed with fans, man. I mean, it was standing room only. Standing everywhere, standing anywhere you wanted to stand.
Exactly.
It
is still standing room only if you are standing. So
yep.
Yeah. That's a big win though. That was a huge win for the Bus Lot boys. That's great.
Huge win.
Yep.
Coming off of the weekend against App State where we should have won that series up, I think 10-0,
10-2
maybe,
at one point, right?
10-2. I don't know if it was 10-0 before we got to 10-2 or not. But yeah, that was a bummer of a loss.
Did we win in the
Sunday.
14th or 15th inning?
14th inning last
14th
night.
Yeah. That's, I mean, you know what though, like that takes guts, and in college even the 10-2 is never a given. Never. I mean, so you can't take away from them that they blew that lead because it's college baseball. Like this is what happens.
College baseball,
have the guts to stick it out and win, I'll take it every day.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about after that App State loss on Sunday when we were up so much. Like college baseball is just a different beast than Major League Baseball. You know, you're up 10-2 in the 5th inning, and like fans are already leaving the stands in a Major League Baseball game. That game is all but over, you know. But with college baseball, it's a different thing.
Well, 10 runs in the MLB is like it's unheard of, right? I mean, that doesn't happen very often. That happens sometimes, but it's very rare. 10 runs is crazy.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So it's a bummer. And what we have found out, we've been doing a study through our Patreon group chat, and I think we've had one constant throughout this baseball season. I cannot pay attention to a baseball game and us win it.
Yeah, that seems right.
For a period, I thought you were watching somehow.
Yeah, no, I know. I actively avoided the game last night against Tech, but that Appalachian State game on Sunday, I wasn't even watching it. I was doing something else, and I got a Twitter notification from the Barstool GSU account, and about us being like 5 runs in the first inning or something like that. And so I did not put the game on, but I started checking the score regularly, and as I checked it, we kept on giving up runs and giving up runs. And so I am the bad luck bear for the Georgia State baseball team. And if I've got to avoid watching all of them for us to win, then dang it, I'll do my job.
What an excuse. What an excuse to not pay attention to Georgia State baseball.
I mean, that game
I mean,
was crazy. Like they up 10-2, lose 15-14. Like who
God.
would ever think that is
Yeah,
going to be the
nuts.
final score?
Nuts. College baseball is just such a different thing, right? I mean, it just is so weird. I mean, those numbers, right? I mean, like think about MLB being 15-14. Like I can't think of a game that happened.
Those games happen, but man, when
Few
they
and far in
do,
between. Like,
Yeah.
when they do, everyone's talking about it because it's such an anomaly for
It's
it
weird.
to happen.
Yeah. That's crazy. That's a crazy high scoring game, and to be like competitive on both sides with that many scores is crazy in and of itself.
Which is what I think is so remarkable about the win last night against Tech was, we've been in this position where we've obviously hitting is far from a problem with this squad of guys.
oh yeah.
But the pitching, while
we're all
while
right.
while the starting pitching is
Until
is
extra
pretty,
innings.
yeah, the starting pitching is pretty phenomenal. It's when it gets to the bullpen that we've really struggled, and somehow, some way, we were able to hold them off there in the extra innings to get the home win, because obviously Coolray Field is the home away from home. Get that home win by was it a walk-off homer, or was it just a
No, it was a stolen base. Wild pitch. So
Nice.
we stole multiple bases, got a guy on third, and then he just threw it in the dirt behind the catcher. And they have, luckily, Coolray Field has a very deep behind the home plate area, and we barely made it. But I think everyone, all 15 people left in the stadium, plus were excited when that ended.
That's almost better, right? I mean, that's almost better. That it
Oh,
was
you
like
could scream
not a hit. It
whatever
was like
you
a
wanted.
steal. That's cool.
You had umps looking up in the stands because people were saying things. Like it was crystal clear. Like
That's awesome.
yeah,
It was like Coolray. I don't think I knew that.
it was like Coolray. Yeah, that's our other home field.
Yeah, I think they started it last year or 2 years ago that our home games against Tech and Georgia are played at Coolray, and then we play our away games.
It's even
we
further
play
away.
I kind of get it with UGA. That kind of makes it it kind of makes it, considering how many UGA fans are out there, you kind of put it closer to their fan base. You kind of get everyone together. It's halfway between Athens and Atlanta. I say halfway. It's closer to Atlanta.
Also, Georgia
barely.
fans are not centralized in Athens.
No, they're all over the state. But
They're all over. Yeah,
I have a feeling it has more to do with Panthersville.
just being crap.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
if we get our own stadium, finally, maybe.
I mean, I hope we would.
I think
have them come to our stadium if it was nicer. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no. If we get, or when we get a baseball field in Summer Hill, yet none of this Coolray stuff, unless it's some kind of big,
like a neutral thing that we decide to do. Like that's what I actually thought going into this, that this was like a neutral thing, and that was what the UGA game was. That's why I was surprised to hear we were playing Georgia Tech there.
No, because we still have Tech. I don't know if we play in Athens this year. We probably do, but we have Tech coming up in April or something.
Yeah, we should all go to
play
that
there
game.
again.
April? No. This is at Tech, so it's going to be.
So it'll actually be closer to campus.
Yes,
it'll be in Midtown. It'll be. Depending on what time you leave, it'll be hours closer to campus.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
But I mean, so last night I got set it up. Like we're up 10-8, top of the ninth. We get them to ground out into a double play. So 2 outs, no one on, and then we had a throwing error. We had someone get walked, and then someone singled out into the outfield. They scored because of an error, and then our catcher threw it towards second to try to get someone else out, and threw it way over the second baseman's head. And guess what? There was no one in the outfield. They were all shifted over. So the guy got an in the park home run. They scored 3 runs at the top of the ninth inning. We were all like, this is awesome. 2 outs. We're going to go home. We end on a nice win. And then we're down a run going to the bottom of the ninth. We have to scrounge our way to get that one run across to like force extra innings. And then after that, it was just, I don't know. Both teams were trying really hard to do stupid things, and no one could hit. The pitchers,
and it was all very stupid.
That's also another thing about college baseball is you have like those pitching errors like in the dirt or like wild pitches like crazy. You just see, which honestly makes it a lot more fun depending on which team you're rooting for.
Yeah, I mean the strike zone got really interesting. Like you were all talking about at the suite. We're like, well, the umpire he's a fixed price. He keeps this going. He's making less money, right? I mean, 14 innings is a lot. Like there were 4 innings straight with no scores, nothing, no one scored. Yeah, it was insane.
After the previous innings where they scored, so many points.
Yeah, there was only one inning. There's only one inning in the all
runs,
9
whatever
runs. There's only one inning where
their
one team didn't score. The 5th inning, no one scored. Every other inning, there were runs scored.
That's ridiculous.
It's crazy. It's like we're in the 11th, 12th, try to do a forced like bunt someone home, which I know the majors can do it, but I don't know about college. Everyone in the suite was like, "Can we message Strom Dog and say, hey, what are you doing?"
College can do anything.
Do you call him Strom Dog?
Yeah, I changed his name.
I don't think we can call him Strom Dog with having such a massive university in the same state who are the dogs.
All right.
We can't do that. We can't call him Strom Dog, right?
I guess not. I don't know. It was still exciting. At one point it was just, well, shit, we're just gonna stay until someone wins. I don't care. We're here this long. We're 4 hours and 40 minutes in. What's another 30 minutes or an hour?
I mean, you're going to have to drive an hour to get home anyway, so you may as well stick it out.
Yeah. 5 hours, 22 minutes, guys. I don't think I've ever been to a baseball game that long.
Yeah.
Ever.
It's a long game. It was a big game, though. It skyrocketed us in the RPI. We jumped up to 80.
Nice.
80. Yeah.
I'll take it.
I think
out of 4,000 teams, right? There's 4,000 teams in Division I.
There are a lot of baseball teams. There's a whole bunch of baseball teams.
Are.
And so being 80, we were 103rd before. This is a 23 jump. We are, we're not the highest, we're not in the top half of the conference, but we're ahead of the Trash Town South. The baseball powerhouse.
Here's the thing is, I don't really care where the numbers have us. We're always ahead of the Trash Town South.
In life, in general,
in everything.
Even when the number doesn't say that, we're still ahead.
Even when the number doesn't say that, I know that we're ahead of them because I went to Georgia State and they went to Georgia Southern, and that means a lot.
Do I have permission to be petty for a moment?
No, David, you're not petty ever.
I don't think so.
Why would you be petty now?
So one thing I've noticed by looking at all the different like rankings and standings of Georgia State and the Trash Town South and everything, one thing that I found that is just great to me is that when I go and I search for like rankings across, whether it be football, whether it be baseball, basketball, whatever it is, soccer, across all of NCAA. Well, if it's soccer, Georgia's not in there because Georgia doesn't sponsor soccer because they suck. But when I search for Georgia and I put in Georgia S, there's one result. But I put in Georgia, you get 3 results. You get Georgia, you get Georgia State, you get Georgia Tech. But when I put in Georgia S, because for whatever reason, all NCAA abbreviates the Trash Down South as GA Southern, and I just love that. They're not even included. They don't even get the state name in there. They're something else. They're their own anomaly. They're not good enough to have the state name in the abbreviation of their school. So I love it. That's my pettiness. Check petty for the day.
I don't even understand what you just said, but screw them.
That would make me not able to find them. Like, they're not rated. They're not ranked anywhere. They're not on the list.
Yeah,
they didn't make it.
Ryan, what I'm saying is, if you search the rankings,
I don't think you're gonna help me.
Georgia State is listed as Georgia ST. Trash Down South is GA.Southern.
Oh, I see. Yeah, okay, that makes
Yes.
sense. Yeah.
Yeah. If you didn't understand it, then there's somebody listening that didn't understand it. And for those people, I pray for their souls because
Well, and I've
you
told you
are
this
a
is the part
Ryan.
I play, right? Is that I'm the ignorant guy who asks a lot of questions because I don't pay any attention.
When when we started the episode, Ryan said this is bullshit. We didn't talk about that. And that's because I was able to change the video layout where now I get to be on top of Ryan and Tim. But I'm just now noticing that when I set it up, I have Ryan's window smaller than Tim's and my window, so he's slightly tinier. Yeah, looks like it to me. It looks
Garbage.
like Tim's window takes over a little bit more than Ryan's, and
This is such bullshit.
I'll work on that if I can
Yeah,
fix it.
pyramids
But,
are no good.
no, but I like being on top. So
Oh,
here we
hey.
go.
So
That's
he
weird.
is.
All right.
That got weird real fast.
I kind of like it because you're the host, right?
No, we're co-hosts.
We're all co-hosts, but
Yeah, y'all are co-hosts.
he's like the guy, the main guy.
Yikes! Woo. I've
David, I'll
covered
give you
you.
props. You're the main guy.
I'm
Sorry,
the main
Ryan.
guy, right? No, yeah, I can change my headline to
The main
host.
guy.
David Brown, the main guy.
If I turn on my keyboard, like a
Don't do
host.
it. Don't. Come on, man. Every people that are listening don't have any idea what you're doing. You're just being weird.
All right, there we go. I added my
God
my
mode? What
title.
does that even mean?
That's good. I like that.
All right,
Very
all right. What we
appropriate.
got? So Mojo Productions commented 5 how is nuts. What the hell is he talking about?
5 how is nuts. He's not wrong.
I thought that. Oh wait. Oh,
5 hours.
5 hours.
Okay.
Okay. I thought when I first saw it was something about getting 5 runs in the first inning, but then it was about
oh, how long it took. Yeah,
nuts. All right,
it's crazy.
all right.
It is nuts. It's a long time.
We did have a couple of like good statements made in the suite about the game. Like, it's like a train wreck. You can't take your eyes off of it because there were parts of it that were literal train wrecks. Mathematically speaking, Tech 8 is less than 10. Of course, that was right before they scored 3 runs in a row.
I love it.
Nice setup on that one. You better check your phone. You have missed calls.
Oh,
But
yeah.
that's
a la Charles Barkley. Yep. And you have no equation to win the game, Georgia Tech. They're funnier when you've been drinking way more.
No, here's the deal, Tim. I've been drinking quite a bit, and that was hilarious. So
I thought they were great.
What we need right now is a Homer, not a Hummer.
Oh.
Wait a minute.
Hey, priorities.
Exactly. I mean,
why not?
I want to win the I want to win the game and all, but come on, like that's
I'll take 2.
Exactly. Does it have to be one or the other?
Why not both?
Where did that one come from?
Porque los dos.
Probably hour 5. I think that's where that came from. Yeah. We're having a good time.
Any more?
No,
you got any more?
That was it. Those are all good ones.
They were good. That was good.
There's other drivel spoken in the suite, but that's about it.
Just
Yeah.
Trash talk. Good.
I want our own stadium now more than ever because I don't want to keep going up there.
Well, it's going to happen, right? I mean, it's going to happen a little bit longer than we expected, but it'll happen eventually.
I hope not. Can we just say this soil's good? Just build?
I'm still like, all right, we're not building that much of a,
structure
on there. Most of it's gonna be a big baseball field. It's gonna be a bunch of grass.
Yeah.
Who cares? Who cares if that thing falls over? We have
like in San Francisco, there were like football players whose feet fell into the ground because it was built on a landfill.
Oh, so maybe there is some truth to this, huh?
Yeah. You got to be real careful about this stuff.
Yeah, but San Francisco also just sucks in general. So
yeah, I mean,
maybe the ground was just pulling them down into it. They're like, hey, come suck with the rest of us.
Well, no, it was built on a landfill.
So the Santa Clara Stadium was built in a landfill?
Yes.
San Francisco is a landfill.
It's you can't find space in San Francisco that's not. So
I've been there one time, and it was one time too many. That place.
I wish I was. I wanted to go back in the day. I don't have as much of a drive today, but yeah, no. I mean, so the thing is, though, is you really do got to be careful where you build on top of, because you can endanger the players that are playing on the field. Based on, their feet could go through, all kinds of problems could happen. So like, we just need to make sure that everything's safe for them. That's all good.
So we should not absolutely take soil samples from the track and field area and say they're from this area.
We should not lie. No.
Okay. Just making sure.
That would be the Georgia State thing, though, right? Like, just to go ahead and like just fudge the samples. Like, nah, they're fine.
You go to the corner, you're like, here, we'll take it over here.
Did you guys see I was winking?
I did.
Is that what you call that?
That's a wink. That's a wink.
Full support.
I honestly was about to call like paramedics to your house. You're having a stroke or something.
I think he's stroking. I do smell toast.
Okay. He's either stroking or there's a
hold on.
Now he's stroking.
There's a internet connection problem. Things are just freezing up on his side. I don't know what's going on. All right, so baseball is doing well. Got Coastal this weekend. World champion Coastal at some point in their.
What is this, like history. 3 years ago? How long does it take to stop calling them that?
The good news is they can come poop in your toilet, Ryan.
Hey, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
I think that guy. I think that guy ended up transferring to like a Florida school.
Really? I bet. He's a bad fan.
Yeah. So we're playing Coastal. They're technically tied with us in conference. We're both 4-2 in conference, but they are 18th nationally in RPI.
Woo!
Wow,
pretty good.
We could steal some games there. We'll skyrocket up the RPI. Right?
That's right. Yeah, we should win this.
Yeah,
we should really care about this game.
And it's in Panthersville, and I will actually be in Myrtle Beach during these games. So
Sunbelt scheduling just. Man, they knew.
They do not take my personal schedule into advice, which we all knew that because they're horrible at scheduling in general. But that should be good. Hopefully that works out well. And then
so twist on that, they do take your schedule into account, and they scheduled it
the
on
opposite.
Purpose. So that's the big twist.
To be fair, the last time I was in Panthersville, I was very, very almost being asked to leave. So yeah,
true.
They were like, fair, what? And we all know how much of a anti-coastal, like, this is our rival, this is our sole rivalry that we care about, and this is the one team that we have to beat. And so I think they understand that, like, to keep you out of the field was imperative because you hate them so much.
Ryan is following the Teal talking points, and that's all he has.
Teal talk? What is that? What is that talking? What do you mean? Wait, I'm sorry. Are you a Coastal fan?
No. Do they actually have?
Done.
Where are we? What's going on here?
It's just so ugly.
We're both using really shitty rhetorical devices on each other right now, and we're totally arguing in bad faith, and it's hilarious.
And we are both winning, and the only losers are everyone listening to us.
That's right.
Boom. But don't turn us off. Keep listening.
Keep listening.
Keep listening.
For sure. All right. Yeah. Yeah. So get that, and then they'll play Alabama State on Tuesday when we may record. I don't know. I feel like we talked about this. We've been recording Wednesdays more often than not lately, but we'll see what happens. Yeah, whatever. Whatever happens. It's all good.
You guys got anything else on baseball before we move on?
I'd love to keep winning.
Yeah.
Yes. We have two teams that have not won a game in conference yet.
Really? Who?
Arky State and our beloved Monroe.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Trash Town South.
or Texas State. But they're pretty good, right? Texas State?
They're just behind us. They're 3-3. We're 4-2 in conference. They're 3-3 in conference.
They're usually all right, though. I think they've been pretty good historically. I'm pretty sure. I might be making that up. I make.
We have
up a lot.
It's plausible.
We have in the standings. We got two teams tied for first. You got Old Dominion and Lafayette, 5-1. We got let's see, 1, 2,
We could beat
3.
them though. Who cares? We just haven't played them yet. Have we played them
We
yet?
got 4. No, but we do. We actually end the season
with
at.
ODU, right?
I think we end the season at Old Dominion. So if this keeps on going, this could be a big big matchup.
A good game. Yeah.
Yeah. This would be then. Yeah, Lafayette. They suck. Whatever. And then there's 1, 2, 3, 4 of us tied for third. Coastal, Appy, us, and the Trash Down South. But technically, we're ahead of Trash Down South, and not only overall percentage, but also in RPI. So
Good.
F
guys.
So in everything.
Yeah.
Again,
in everything.
We are always ahead of them. Doesn't matter the numbers, anything like that. We're ahead.
We're only behind them when they're on all fours.
Jeez.
Wow. We're
Whoa. Wrap it up.
That Hummer comment really got you started, David.
Yeah, maybe that. I had a little extra time at the wine store today, which was fun. All right, we done with baseball.
Yeah,
apparently. Yeah, I think you killed it.
All right, let's quickly talk about beach volleyball. The ladies swept the weekend.
Nice.
They went up to Columbia, South Carolina. I did not see Coach Elliott in any of the pictures there.
No.
But they went to Columbia and they swept the week. They did what they do. They beat every team that's unranked or ranked below them, including the Gamecocks of South Carolina. And they lost everybody ahead of them, which was no one. They beat everyone. There was no team ranked above them.
Nice.
So we went into South Carolina and we beat South Carolina and everybody else that showed up. There was a game that was called, but
look, I'm sorry, Coach Elliott, but we had to do what we had to do. You got to go handle your business.
Exactly. And maybe we won because Coach Elliott wasn't there. Maybe that's maybe the bad luck charm.
He was there.
No, he was in Clemson. You didn't see the pictures? He was in Clemson this week.
Oh, no, I didn't see that.
Yeah. I don't know if it was on this weekend. I don't know. Maybe even today. I'm not sure exactly. But so they have a big test coming up this week. The beach volleyball team, the Sandy Panthers, have a big test coming up this week because they are heading out to California where, like I said, they've beaten every team they're ranked higher than, and they've lost to every team they're ranked below. And we're only playing teams ranked higher than us this weekend.
So let's not come in last.
Anyone like right next to us in the rankings? Just one up?
The closest is Hawaii at number 8. We're ranked 11th.
That's not bad. Let's see if we can take some from Hawaii.
Like, frankly, that's the kind of tournament you want to be in, right? I mean, that's where you want to be. And so, like, you go and you show out, and if you win a couple of those games, you that's good.
Yeah,
that's a win.
Like, I know that I agree. I mean, this is rare. Actually, I feel a little dirty inside, but Ryan, I could not agree with you more.
Yeah.
Like, let's go in the tournament. I don't see us losing to all of these teams. Like,
right.
That's just not what this kind of team is built around. Coach Van Fleet has put together an amazing team, and we're playing number 7 LMU, whatever that is, number 8 Hawaii, number 3 Southern Cal, and number 2 UCLA. Man, win any of those games. I don't even care if it's number 8 Hawaii. Yeah. I think that'll be tremendous for the program, tremendous for the ladies. Especially if you win early on. I don't know the order of the games. I think we play LMU first. You win one early, get a little confidence in yourself.
Yep.
Let's win some more.
Well, I'm just wondering what's LMU. Like, you don't have much to lose, right? You're ranked lower than everybody else, so people don't expect you to win. And you win 1 or 2, then that is definitely a win. You win all of them, LMU. That's even better.
We got to get Coach Van Fleet on the podcast because I want to find out how the hell you make such a national powerhouse of beach volleyball inside of downtown Atlanta.
I don't know.
At Georgia State.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
That's a trick right there.
It is amazing.
If anything.
Hell, I put this down there. I mentioned this. We beat South Carolina, and they moved up a spot in the rankings.
How the hell does that work?
That's fun.
It's a
Good.
quality
Quality
loss.
loss,
I
yeah,
assume.
Yeah. That's fun.
Quality loss, I assume. All right. So good luck to the ladies this weekend. We'll see what happens. All right. There were some new rules in college football that came out as far as the transfer portal, all that kind of stuff. Did you guys see that?
Unlimited transfers, right?
Yeah, I saw you sent it, and then I clicked on it, and I was like, man, that's a lot of words, and I don't really feel like reading it. And I read the first paragraph or two, and I was like, this looks similar to what the rules already are, and so I don't even know what's changing. And y'all didn't get to the point, so I'm done.
Right. So this is what your politicians do. Everybody, they just don't read anything, and they just move on to
They
the
just
next
read
deal.
the headline.
Well, it's got to be interesting, right?
You transfer
so
one time, you're good to go, right? And then the second time, you have to have like a reason or specific guidelines to be immediately eligible. Like you feared for your life playing at South Carolina or something like that, right? That's
This
what
is
it
already the rule. That's already the rule.
Right. They're just trying to keep it being from someone transferring every single year for something. But there was like one rule that I thought was ridiculous, and that was if you transfer and then your playing time is reduced or you're riding the bench, you can't transfer again. Or you have to have like a waiver, or a waiver will not be granted, actually what they said. It's not a rule for getting a waiver granted. I'm like, doesn't that prevent team players that went to a Power 5 program from transferring back to a G5 program or like that? Those are the players we want.
That's it.
As a G5 program,
Yeah.
we want those guys that were P5 caliber but just did not get their shot, and to have a chance to get some playing time down at I say down.
That's
We're not
exactly
down.
right. Yeah.
So I feel like that's a detriment. So I think if you're going to have rules in place for athletes specifically, then playing time should be at the top of that. I want to go to a place that's going to play me. I want to get my skills shown.
Right.
I
Yeah,
want to
playtime
be able
shouldn't
to.
actually play a part in that equation for the NCAA. For the player, I totally understand why it would and should play a big role in that. But for the NCAA, they shouldn't care if you get playtime or not. They should. I just don't even understand why that enters into the
you
equation.
play if you're a good player, right?
Because
Yeah,
benefits the Power 5 programs. It benefits the top.
I think it does.
Top
I think you're
echelon,
exactly right.
And I don't like that. And then Brian, I think something that you will absolutely disagree with was one of the things was if you move to a school and you don't think the major you're in, the academic major, is not sufficient for what you thought it was going to be. And I'm like, all right,
Come on.
we put I get it where the NCAA thinks that maybe this is just a gimme thing. Oh, well, this is not as good of a sports medicine program as I thought it was going to be, type deal.
This basket weaving is not top notch. I am done.
If we're going to put student ahead of athlete in the description of these guys, then we should appreciate their future career.
Athlete students, just change it. We're done.
Well, and that would change a lot of stuff. But yeah, and I don't like that they say that if you don't like the program that you can't transfer to a different college.
I thought it was interesting.
I do. I think that's you can't transfer if you don't like it.
Can't.
If you feel like you got there and the degree program will not give you, it's a bait and switch type thing. If you feel like the degree program will not get you the job, the career, the future that you expected it to give you, that's not a reason to transfer without sitting a year in athletics.
Yeah, I thought one of the articles I read, it was interesting. It talked about JT Daniels as like the example, right? And it said that I guess he started at USC, then he went to Georgia, then West Virginia, and then Rice, and said if the new rules were in place, he would have either needed to graduate between each of the other two transfers or sit out and use up a year of eligibility. I was like, damn, that guy transferred 4 times. Like, holy shit.
I mean, and he transferred from like a bunch of like party schools to like
P5,
a nerd
P5. not P5?
Well, isn't Rice moving to Big 12?
Are they moving up? Yeah.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, they're one.
I just don't care.
Yeah, but
like go to the school that you want to go to, and I don't care if it's for football or for academics or anything like that. Like, students should just be able to like transfer, and schools should be able to offer them what they want.
Money.
so one of the other rules that would not allow for transfer or with whatever is a coaching change. So a coach can change, but you're not allowed to.
I mean, that's been a strong argument for students being able to move from school to school already, was that coaches are always able to do that, right? I mean, like that's been part of the problem.
I mean, like, as a fan, if we had a coach that got a kid to come here who's an awesome ass player, and then he moves on to greener pastures because he's doing well in his job,
let him out.
I don't want. As a fan of the program, as a booster of the program,
sure,
I don't want that kid to leave. But as a human being,
yeah,
I don't want to keep it. I don't want to keep a kid from doing what they think is best for their own life. So
right,
I don't like the restriction. I don't like the restrictions.
Human being trumps fan.
Yes,
I think every year they're going to screw the rules, right? I mean, they're clearly screwing the rules this year to try to limit the amount of transfer players in the portal, right?
Yeah,
but they'll change their minds next year.
So the rules were already set up so that you could only transfer one time, and then the second time you would have to sit out as long as you weren't part of some exception. And so this sort of like expanded what the exceptions were, or sort of laid out what the exceptions were in a way that maybe weren't laid out before, is what I'm sort of understanding. But like, you still get that first transfer for free,
right?
And the second transfer is where you start going into some muddy waters and trying to figure out if you can have playtime and whatever. And like, I think you should have unlimited transfers, but like, I don't feel like these rules change a ton, because it is often these first transfers that are happening right now. Like, a lot of people aren't transferring twice.
Why would they not actually add a year of eligibility every time you transfer? I want to see some 30-year-olds. I want to see some 30-year-olds that could not make it in the NFL, but they just decided to be a professional student. Because we already have kids, adults, grown-ass people that go to college for the majority of their life. Why can't we have athletes that do the same thing? Like, every time you transfer, you get one more year.
That's a good point.
I think it'd be awesome.
It's a good point.
40-year-old college students.
I mean, so we even got a transfer recently. I don't know if we talked about it last week because I was drunk, and I won't remember next week if we talked about it this week.
Okay.
But there was the transfer that was a 7th-year guy.
Yeah. We're finally getting out of the COVID exceptions, right? Like, we're doing those last guys. They got those extra years.
7 years. That's crazy.
7.
That's nuts.
Yeah, he's probably older than some of our coaches.
I mean, he is. He's probably still older than Dan Ellington.
I talked to Dan about that at the spring tour event. I was like, "Is this guy older than you?" And he literally kind of like thought about it for a second. He's like, "I think he is. I think he is older than me."
It's hilarious. I love it.
I'm sure I said it last week, but I got to say it again. Getting a chance to talk to Dan Ellington is great. He's a fun guy. He's awesome. He's very excited about Georgia State football and just football in general, and he's awesome. We're gonna try to get him on here in the off season before.
He could tell us all about the quarterback room, right?
Yeah, well, or the tight end room.
Yeah. Womp womp.
So yeah. All right, let's see. What else we got?
I don't know. What else do we have? Any recruiting news that we can release or no?
I think we will hear some recruiting news in both basketball and football in the next day or two.
And things will be good or better.
Yeah, there's there is a guy that so this podcast will release on Thursday morning, the 30th, and I think we're going to get a basketball announcement that day. And Coach Hayes is incredibly high on this guy.
That is a good
So
sign.
So Ben's big thing is he doesn't want to take anything away from these guys. They get to do their stuff.
Yep.
So I don't.
Fair.
I'm fully on board with that.
Yeah, me
So,
too.
but yeah, I think that. So I talked to Ben like an hour and a half ago before we came on the podcast, and I talked to him for forever because Ben talks forever, and he had a lot of stuff to say about. He's developed quite a good relationship with Coach Hayes.
That's good.
Cool.
And
good.
And man, if the team that we see in 2023 is half as awesome as Coach Hayes believes it's going to be,
Yeah.
oh man, we're going deep in the tournament. Like it's I mean,
we're FAU.
He is. We're FAU. We're better than FAU.
Boom.
I'm winning both my brackets on FAU.
That was a good pick. Solid right there.
I don't know how you did that. I don't know how
what kind of alcohol were you drinking when you did all this? That's the question.
Smart, man. I actually did analyze it in a way. And I even looked at them. I even looked at a couple of the matchups that I had, and I was like, why would I pick FAU over this team? And I'm like, but I'm looking at the stats that I thought were important, and FAU should win this game. And so I picked FAU, and I was like, man, even in my head, I was like, this is weird. This is not right. I shouldn't do this, but I'm going to do it because I said this is my stat. I said these are the stats I'm going to follow.
All right. Well, so next year we're all playing $100 into Ryan's gambling account, and we're going to ride his.
We're going to go to. Let's all go to Vegas with Ryan. Ryan, who do you pick? Ryan, who do you pick?
I can't remember if I talked about this last week, but my boss was telling me that his wife's company, they're a huge corporation, and they do their own like little promotion for March Madness. And if you get out, anybody that gets the first round perfect.
Ooh, so hard.
First round perfect.
So hard.
All the you get perfect, you get $1 million. And that's what he told me. And then the following week in our next status meeting, he was like, I didn't turn the page of the rules they had for their thing. It's not $1 million one time. It's every year for the rest of your life.
Wow.
I think the likelihood of you getting the first round right is so low. That's a fair gamble.
Oh,
can you imagine if you had everything but one game or something? You'd be like,
oh, but
no.
Oh, but Ryan, but Tim, it gets better. On the second page, it also said, if you get a perfect bracket, and this is a company of like hundreds of thousands of employees. If you get a perfect bracket, if you're one of that, you're that 0.0001%, they give you $1 billion.
0.001% ever, not like 0.001% in a given year. It's
right
ever.
Do you think the leadership like literally made this up when they're all wasted and told the lawyers like put this in? Just do it. Put it in.
Well, so it's my boss. Like, there's somebody in accounting in like round 4 when one guy is like doing well, and he's like sweating bullets. Like, I don't know how the hell we're gonna figure this shit out.
like shit, that billion's coming up.
Hey, we're about to give 8% of our company to this one employee that's gonna quit, because what else would you do when you get $1 billion?
I'd be out.
I love that though, man. That's awesome.
It's fun.
I want to work at that company. I'm
probably gonna win like $50 for my company, because as long as Miami loses, that's all I need. I need Miami to lose one of the next 2 games, and as long as they lose, which it seems probable they will, then I will win about $50 from my company.
So who is the non-host in our bracket that's the highest? Who's the next highest?
I think it was Danny.
Danny? All right. So Danny gets some free merch. Because
I won our bracket.
Danny gets some free merch, and Ryan gets nothing.
Well, I get lots of things.
You got accolades.
Nothing in that. Yeah, but Ryan, I did win.
I'll buy you a beer. How about that?
Well, Ryan? I did win.
I'll buy you a beer just like Gene Hill did.
Here's the deal, guys. I'm really excited that not only did I win, but I won on picking like a 9 seed. They're 9 seed, right? I won
like
on
that, yeah.
picking
Sure.
a 9 seed going to the Final Four. Like that's the reason that I won, and I feel like that's really impressive.
Yeah. How did you have San Diego State doing?
I don't remember.
You're like,
It's
I don't
wet.
care.
Honest-
all FAU all day.
Honestly, any college that's like west of like, I don't know, Central Texas, I don't know anything about.
Is
Like
San Diego State still in? Is that why you asked that?
Yes.
I have no idea.
FAU plays San Diego State,
Oh, really?
don't they?
yeah.
Yeah. No.
I think
Because then it would be Miami. If Miami beats UConn, they would meet. It'd be Florida, like
It's
one
San Diego State.
hour away from each other, play each other for the national championship.
where's the championship? Where's it playing this year?
I had
Houston.
San Diego State losing to Bama.
Oh yeah, then yeah.
I think everyone had Bama.
Yeah, I mean my championship game was Bama Houston with Houston winning. So like I'm not like super brilliant or anything.
I feel like you're pretty good with FAU.
But FAU getting to the Final Four. Well, I got FAU to the Final Four, and I just need Miami to lose in that one. I already won our bracket, but I need Miami to lose.
You need to tell Hayes tomorrow, David or Ryan or both of you, we want a FAU type run next year.
Right?
Okay, yeah. I'll tell him that, and I guarantee you his response will be, yeah, me
You never
too.
know. You never know.
Hashtag me too. He wants to go to the Final Four. Who doesn't want?
I mean, it's like
What?
FAU has been horrible historically, and somehow in 1 year they went from moderately good to amazing.
Did y'all see though? KSU put it up and played a really good game, and then their head coach got hired away.
Yeah,
That's what
KSU,
happens.
Kennesaw State back to sucking.
Well, so what's interesting is I talked to one of my coworkers who went to KSU and was really excited about the program, and he was saying that coach had a 1-year contract, and that there was no, because I was like, oh well, at least like your team gets your program gets a buyout, right? Like that's exciting, and apparently no, they don't.
Ouch.
I know nothing about
some bad management of the contract.
Apparently, and I'm like at that level, right? And in our level too. If your coaches aren't getting hired away every couple of years, then you're not good.
So Coach Elliott's been here for what, 6 years now?
Yeah. Yep. Bump. He ain't wrong, y'all.
Good night, folks. No, I'm sorry.
There's some news that just broke while we're on the podcast.
Uh-oh.
I think.
All right,
Yeah.
hold on. I got a thing.
Oh no.
We have a thing.
I got a thing.
I got a thingy thing.
Breaking news, Tim.
Breaking news. We
What do you got?
Someone from the transfer portal. Alabama State offensive lineman Taran Stafford. It's amazing.
I got some
You should have
information
known
about him
this,
from
right?
Ben tonight. I got some information from Ben
It's
tonight
public
about him.
now. It's public.
All right.
Is he a big boy?
What do you got?
I don't think I wrote any of it down.
Oh, he's 6'5", 325. That's big boy.
A big guy. A
Big
guy,
boy.
yes.
He's right in the middle.
He's a
So
Mack
this was a
truck.
thing. This was a thing that I got from Ben about recruiting in general for the football team, which was that Coach Elliott has gone very, very hard on depth. We've had a lot of problems with like guys getting injured early on in the season and not having that backup for them. I'm getting some weird message from the servers here. Yeah, so yeah, he's going deep on depth to make sure we have backups for when hopefully things go. Hopefully things don't go poorly.
Swimmingly.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
They-
yeah, that
What's
and
happening
yeah,
right
but
now?
What's happening
but
where?
Here, I'm confused.
We landed a transfer.
Okay, got it.
Offensive lineman.
Yeah.
Big guy.
I know. I feel like that happened 20 minutes ago.
Wearing the black Atlanta jersey because I think all of the players love it more than
Boom.
anything ever.
Who doesn't love it?
It's awesome. I mean, I love
it
it.
is hot. It's hot. It's sexy. I almost
Just
put on
switch to it.
my black Atlanta t-shirt today, but I was like, I wore that last week. I don't want to put that back on the podcast. So yeah, no, so yeah, I think that's gonna be
Hey, we need it. We need all the
another,
beef up front,
yeah.
right? I think we lost some beef, right?
Anybody that can get in there and make an opening for KZ Adams to become like the best rushing rookie of all time. Sure.
All I can remember last night was KZ. I didn't know his last name. I was like, oh, the guy KZ was good at the spring game that we watched.
Crazy KZ.
I just think of like the Britney Spears songs. You drive me crazy. You drive me crazy. Well, we'll figure out something.
It's a little weird.
I like it.
He's young.
Yeah. All right, guys. I think we're done here. I think it's last call
50
time.
minutes in, we're probably good.
No more news tonight. We're good.
Yeah. All right, cool.
Indeed.
You guys
That's what happens
got
when
nothing
David's
else?
the top of the pyramid when there's a pyramid. Things get weird.
No, I want to get to last call and start cursing. Thank you. Let's go.
I am excited.
I might have
almost
cursed
cussed
already,
a couple times now, and you guys are real lucky that I have held
together.
back.
Yeah,
I've kept.
You're
together.
still awake. Well, heck yeah,
I am,
let's do
like
it.
passing out, sitting up, but that's neither here nor there.
Well, thank you, everybody, for listening. We're gonna go to last call. We're gonna drink some more. We're gonna talk some more Georgia State, and we're probably gonna drop a few F-bombs here and there. Ryan is a big fan of some unquestionable words I don't even want to talk about here. You get to find out for yourself.
I want to find out.
Anyhow, thanks for listening. You can find it on our Patreon page, patreon.com/stateofatlanta. It'll be available free of charge on Friday mornings. If you are a Patreon member, you get it immediately whenever I get around to releasing this whole stuff. Please consider joining. It starts at $3 a month.
$3.
Access to the last call. Also get access to our private group chat, which by far is the best chat about Georgia State that you can find out
for
there.
sure.
And
quality.
Yeah. So thanks for listening, and we will talk to you again next week. Say goodbye, guys.
Goodbye, guys.
Peace.